So why is the Story of Rama being shown in Auckland?
We were presented with a very rare opportunity to take a major international touring show from the National Museum in New Delhi, and I think it's important to understand that the demographic of Auckland is changing rapidly, and the Indian community is a large and growing community here in the city as well as nationally, and it seemed to us that this was an ideal opportunity to engage with some of the cultural and artistic history of the Indian community.
As the coordinating curator, what is your personal connection to the exhibition?
My personal connection really only extends to the work that I've done on it. For instance, I've no background working with Indian art previously, and I certainly wasn't acquainted with the story of the Ramayana, which is the story of Rama. But because my responsibility was to work to ensure that the exhibition was coherent for our audiences, I needed to become au fait with the story, so I took the time to work my way through a 19th century English translation.
Do you have a favourite book or picture that you'd come back to?
I think I have a favourite character, and that is Lord Hanuman, who's actually on the wall behind me, and he is the general of the monkey army. He's in the employ of Sugriva, the exiled king of the monkeys. Everyone in the story is a king or a prince, exiled or otherwise. But Hanuman is, along with certain other characters, he's incredibly loyal, but he also has some particular almost magical powers because he's the son of the wind god. And he has adventures of his own. If you actually read the Ramayana, you'll find that he has a number of adventures which are almost independent of the larger story. He's able to grow up to an enormous size, he can jump across oceans, he can lift entire mountains. So he's a very engaging character. And some of the images you can only describe as being a cheeky monkey.
Does Auckland Art Gallery plan to show more Indian works in the future?
Now that we have a relationship with one of the leading arts institutions in India, it's entirely possible. This is the first time we have had any relationship with a museum in India. The National Museum is an ideal choice if you want to contact anyone because they have a very large collection which spans, the last 6,000 years of India's cultural and artistic history. So I would like to think that now that we have those contacts and we've got a very positive working relationship, and because we have, as I say, a large and growing Indian community in Auckland, that the leadership of the Auckland Art Gallery, possibly the Auckland Museum, might take the opportunity to look at bringing further touring shows here.